Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO, or today, mad scientist extraordinaire. Are we liking this hair? I feel like the, what was that guy's name in Back to the Future? Marty's well, someone tell me that guy's name. The crazy doctor that, like, made the time machine out of the DeLorean. Yeah, that's who I feel like. But you guys know I like to bring the fun in October, and today we're covering on the live stream how we're going to perform emergency surgery on your travel business. So this is really going to be an open Q&A. You get to ask me anything about your travel business, and I will answer anything that you'd like to know. So if you're watching this live, type a question, even if you are a grad or a client. I know that you have questions afterwards too. That's totally fine. Ask questions in the feed. I'm going to go through a few updates in a minute, but if that sounds like fun, and I'm showing you all my Halloween goodies, keep on watching because that's what we're doing on the show today. I love that little clip because that's like all the costumes from last year. We do this every year, you guys. It's insane. So it's been a little nuts. And admittedly, I normally have the set all Halloween decked out. But if you saw the huge video that came out yesterday on YouTube about our big new corporate office reveals, we're going to be doing some of the seasonal sets over there. But go check that video out over on YouTube. And when you're over on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. The video that went up yesterday, it's called My New Travel Agency Reveal, I think is the name of it. It'll be the first one in the top of the feed from yesterday. But you guys, I've been keeping that office under wraps for months. So if you want to know what it would be like to build out your own travel office, we basically bought an old home here in Austin, renovated it, and turned it into our offices. We have YouTube studios. We have a lobby. We have a travel suite. We even redid the bathroom to be, everything's travel themed. Travel. So if you're really into travel, go check that out. It'll be the funnest video as fun as what I've made and edited complication-wise all year. Check that out. It's already, the views went crazy, so I know people are loving it. And if you need ideas for, like, even if you just have one room or just like one office for your travel business, it'll give you some really cool ideas. And I share everything, like where I bought stuff and things like that. So if you're redecorating or you're creating a YouTube wall or doing anything, that's a great video to check out. But guys, today a couple of things. One, if you came across this video and you're like, who is this crazy lady? My name is Cyndi Williams. I've been in the travel industry almost 30 years, 27 and a half years at this point. Long time. I started when I was a baby at 19 years old, working for one of the biggest travel brands in the world. Today, I own and operate my own award-winning, nationally recognized travel agency, but I'm best known for being the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which helps people just like you learn how to launch, grow, and supersize travel businesses. If you're not a travel agent yet, that's okay. Go grab our free masterclass. It's totally free. You can go to careersonvacation.com/masterclass so you understand all the different ways to get into the industry, or if it's even for you. I was getting hundreds of messages on Instagram and YouTube every single week, and I finally said, I just have to create this thing to help people so they understand, like, is it getting in the industry for them, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, go check that out. I'll link it down in the description if you're watching this on YouTube too. But guys, I want you to start putting your questions in. I'm going to go check them here in a second on the live stream. But I have a couple of updates because this really is a true live stream that we're talking about. First, we have got to address the fact that it's Halloween this weekend. I mean, it's been Halloween here all month, so that's why you guys keep coming back. But I have some goodies to share with you. Can you guys spot the Madame Leota, what do you call that? Head in a crystal ball? I'm not sure what you call it. Isn't that cute though? I got that at Disney last year when we were there. It's actually like a sipper cup, but just like this sipper cup, which I got recently, it's not real functional. Like, it hits your head when you try to drink out of it. So I'm not sure that's going to work. But decoration wise, I mean, it's really cute over on Instagram. And I brought one other Halloween treasure for you guys today. How cute. If you follow me over on Instagram, you've seen these guys. These are like my favorite. I know we're getting a little glare there, but they're like my favorite little things in the world. So I actually did a poll over on Instagram and said, do you guys save your little cubes from Disney World and how do you reuse them? We reuse them the most at Halloween because we'll take even they're just the regular square ones. We'll turn them on and go put them under like all the creepy stuff. So we have quite a stash after all the visits to Disney. So fun. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys, and if you were watching the pre-show or listening, you might have heard every week we have a wardrobe malfunction. We'll see if these eyebrows make it through. You may have heard, but I am going to be in Jamaica next week. I am hosting our giant goal digger retreat. That's goal, Goal. The first time we went for our sample tour, funny story, the transfer service picked us up because we were like doing a site tour, make sure that's where we wanted to have the retreat. And when they picked us up in the car, they had a big sign that said Gold Digger Retreat. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so we made sure, we're like, this is the logo. Please make sure that doesn't say it so hopefully that doesn't happen next week. But that's where I'm headed. So me and most of my team are going to be there next week. And I want to tell you that because normally we have a live stream every Wednesday, but I have pre-recorded an amazing session for you. So next week, I wanted to let you know, still tune in at this time. And at 10 o'clock, we have a great video all about how to build vision boards, but it's a travel agent edition where I'm going to walk you through how you can build that using free tools on the internet, right? So how you can do it for free, different ways that you can do it, why it's important to do it, how I use it in my life to manifest things. So that's going to be a really cool session. November, if you're new to following us or haven't followed me for a full year, every month kind of has a theme. November is my birthday month, so we do all things to give back to you. So one of those things is the live stream. The live streams we'll be doing all month long, just content and great learning and things that you guys can use for your businesses. But also I think I hinted at it on the last video, but so you guys know, we are... Do I have this on here? Do I have it? Let's see. I do have it on there. I'm like, okay, my programming stuff is all working today. We are putting a big giveaway together. I am doing, think Oprah's favorite things, but Cyndi's favorite things. So of course it's going to be all travel themed, but you can go register for that contest right now. You guys are finding out about it before everybody else. We're running the contest from now until the very end of November, and then I'm going to draw the winners live right here in December. So definitely register for that. I'm giving away like a 12 days worth of different prizes, and I'm going to be doing a video and showing you guys the prizes, but there's really cool stuff. We have like a Dooney and Burke bag. We have teaks. Do you guys know what teaks are? They're like my favorite travel shoes because they fold up and they're super expensive, like $175 a pair. So I'm not going to buy, I don't know your shoe size of the winner yet because I'm unfortunately not psychic, but we're going to give a gift card so the winner can pick out whatever ones they want. But I live by my teaks when I travel because they are the greatest travel shoes. So I'll just be sharing some really cool stuff like that. We're going to be doing some Careers on Vacation journals. We have some bundles we're giving away, just some really cool stuff. So definitely register for that today. And I think that was all of our updates. Let me go over to Facebook and YouTube and see if we have some questions coming in. I love that. Doc, Craig said Doc. Yes, that's correct. Jen says, do you do all the decorating yourself? So yeah, mostly. Like, this is how this year went. I said to the kids, I said, hey, do you want to have a day where we decorate the house and we do fall stuff? And they're like, yay. So they helped me pull all the stuff out, and then they all left. They all ran away to their rooms, and then I was left to do all of it. So yes, I pretty much do all the decorating myself in the house and for all the sets. We have a great intern named Callie, and she works down here seasonally. And when she works down here, she's amazing because she puts the sets together. She'll source stuff that we already have, and then she'll buy some new stuff and she'll create new sets. So a lot of the sets you saw last year, Callie built those and prepared them. And we do it in advance. And this is a good tip for you guys too, if you do marketing or you have a YouTube channel, is you have to always do things like 2 months ahead. Like, we're already doing our New Year's stuff, right? Like, we're putting together New Year's marketing and what was I going to say? March, St. Patrick's Day, March, and Valentine's Day. We're already in next quarter, right? We've already have the stuff done for November and December. That's been done for months. So what I love when Callie decorates for us is she'll get just like giant couple tubs and then she'll prepare it. And having the new office, honestly, is such a relief because because sometimes I film new content for my students, I can't have Halloween content. So I was constantly switching, like, rip that set down and put the regular one back up, because it would be videos that have to be non-holiday themed. So having the new office is going to be amazing. We have 3 different YouTube spots over there. So we'll be able to set one up as seasonal, and then the other spots can be whatever. And then I still have my office here. So we really have a lot of flexibility going forward. So that will be cool. So thanks for that question, Jen. I do have a love of like decorating, as long as it's like seasonal or travel related, for sure. Hey, Jen S. We have a lot of our Jens tuning in today. Jen S is from Orlando. Love the costume. You're so welcome. Okay, so here's what I want to know from you guys as we get into more questions. And it takes a minute for my questions to feed over here. And I'm going to go over and check YouTube here. But what I really want to know is, where do you guys feel like your business is broken a little bit? Where do you need a little surgery on your travel business right now? Or if you're thinking about getting into the travel business and you're like, I can't do it because whatever, that's probably like a little surgical thing we need to address. Not real surgery, obviously, but like mindset wise. But just tell me something you're struggling with that we can talk through and help you on the call today, whether it's something little or technical or whatever you guys want to ask, and we can kind of do some troubleshooting. Let me hop over to YouTube, because I see a lot of you grads on here. Hey, Tanya. Hey, we have another Orlando friend, Jen S. and Tanya. Let me introduce you. Guys are both grads and you're in the same area. I love it. Let me jump over to YouTube and see if we have some other questions. And I also got some in Instagram recently. Let me go over there too, and we'll ask a couple of those, because those generally will help a little bit. Give me 1 second. Get over to my notes or my questions. Perfect. All right, Cyndi, I'm thinking about being a travel agent, but I'm wondering if I'm too young. I'm 21 and still in college. So this is from Sarah S. over on this is one of my Instagram questions. Here's the thing, Sarah. I started when I was 19. Fresh out of high school. I went directly into travel school at the time, is how they did it back in the 90s, right? So the format's a little different now. Like, you have to have that kind of independent mindset, because how you are going to go about getting into the industry, you have to, here's the difference. Like, can you do it? Yeah, you can. Like, don't let age be, you're never too old, you're never too young. Like, obviously you have to be 18 to do the things that you need to do in terms of the travel agent world, but you're 21, I think you said. And here's the thing with that. You're never too young, you're never too old. So if it's something that's really on your heart to do, yes, it can be done and you can be successful. We've had college students go through the program. We've also had people going into a new season of life and they're retiring and they're 65 going through the program. So it really doesn't matter age-wise. Like, don't let that be a limiting belief that holds you back from starting to do what you really want to do, right? But things that you should know, one, go over and grab the masterclass, because that goes into an hour of detail of things to think through and the pros and the cons and the different ways to get into the industry. But what I would say is, if you have that, passion to kind of have your own business and do your own thing from home, there are ways to do that. And the other method is you could go work for an agency. So it just depends on what your comfort level is. Obviously, the path to making the most money is doing your own business. But you can stair step it too. There's nothing wrong with learning for a while and then kind of graduating out of one or the other. So hopefully, Sarah, that's helpful for you. Let me go back to Facebook. I'm navigating between a couple different places here, guys. So give me a minute. All right, let's see. And tell me where you guys are watching from. There's my Facebook feed. I lost it. Okay, I see a bunch of questions. They're like coming through on one feed and not the other, which is weird. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss any. I did miss some. Okay, let me back up over here on Facebook because we got a lot coming in now. All right, Jen says, I'm always feeling behind and it's hard to get ahead on marketing, creating boundaries with clients. Oh, I love these. Okay, so Jen, 2 things. I don't know if you saw my post over in the Careers on Vacation graduate group today about getting some done for you marketing materials put together, but the team and I are working on something really, really cool. We have a grad session happening November 10th. It's already, I think I posted about it in the grad group. You're going to get an email about it too. I want you to get to that session or get to the replay, because I am going to actually walk all of my grads, my COV grads, through how I build the Tripsy travel marketing plan on a quarterly basis. And I'm going to share with you some really cool under the radar tools for sourcing done for you marketing materials, which I think is going to help you a ton. And Jen, I know your style because you were in careers on vacation. So absolutely get to that session, because that's not just going to help you. That's going to help all of our grads. We're going to do a big push to get that information out. And you guys have been asking me forever if we can do that and just share like what we do on that. So it's going to be like an hour and a half session where I'm literally building and workshopping in front of you how we do it. So that'll be a really cool session to get to. But I would say, what I would ask you, Jen, is are you doing it quarterly like we teach you in the program? Like, are you pre-scheduling 3 months in advance? Because that is the one thing that will kind of free up, right? Like if you do at least do those 3 pre-schedules over on your socials, and then the other things we talk about in the marketing, if you can do the pre-schedule stuff, just like, buckle down, take 2 days, do your marketing, get it all in, and then it's just running on autopilot. Or you can do little things. Like I know, Jen, you do a lot on TikTok and you do some reels and things like that. That's the fun stuff you can do day to day or ad hoc or as you go, which is great. If that's all you had to do, then you could just get to have fun, right? So do the stuff that's like feels a little more grueling and a little more maintenance heavy. Try to pre-schedule that, and I think that will help a lot. Let's see. Is this thing going to let me see? I'll go backwards in the comments because I'm losing... Give me one moment. Let me try to expand out this Facebook, because it is just, you guys have new ones coming in and then I'm missing a couple. Carrie says this session will be great. Yes, Carrie is a grad too. That's going to be an amazing behind the curtain look at cool stuff, which is good. Okay, let me go over here because I think my Facebook over here will let me see some stuff. I found it. Your other part was creating boundaries. Oh, Jen, that's what I wanted to go back to. Yeah, but that's hard when you're a new agent, and especially like Sarah over on Instagram's new, and that's always something when you are newer in the industry that can be hard, especially because you do have those clients that test you, right? They want the sun and the moon and the stars, and they don't even want to pay a fee, right? You're like, what am I doing? So yeah, I think one of the things that we always say if you set up the call, like in that qualification part, Jen, go back to mod 7 and read through those talk tracks we have for you in the sales modules. But when you're in the qualification stage, after you're, going through, where do you want to go? What's your budget? How many people? Are you flexible? Blah, blah, blah. You get all that information, you drop a couple hints. Like in your case, you've traveled a ton of places because I know your background. You can say, oh yeah, we were there and I have some great suggestions for you. That's amazing. And you get them a little bit excited about their trip. And then at the end, then you say, okay, well, Mrs. Jones, let me share with you how I work. And that's how you introduce the boundaries. Right? So whatever, in terms of like how you want to communicate with them or your expectations when you give the proposal, when you're going to if you have a fee, that's the point at where you introduce that. And I want you to practice that on like your next 3 to 5 calls. And it might be bumpy at first because it doesn't come natural, like especially if you're a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser for a long, long time, and in some ways still am. But it's one of those things where you can't waste your time in this business because you guys are commission only. I think I have like a wig fragment in my eye. Every week with these costumes, I'm having a malfunction here. So bear with me. Might have to do real surgery. I think no, it didn't get it. Oh, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll go with hair in the eye for the rest of the show. But Jen, that will help a lot. You just have to practice having that difficult conversation, and then it becomes easier. And when it really becomes easy is when someone wastes your time and you realize, I'm never going to get that time back in my lives, right? I tell everyone, like, this is when you agree to take on a client, that's time that's going to be away from your family, away from kids, away from working on your business. So it has to be worth your while. If you're not going to charge a fee, then you at least have to set really good expectations. So remember, Jen, in the program, we have those 2 types of clients, the green green light client and the wild card client. And if they're on that path of being a wild card where you're just not sure if they're going to waste your time, make sure you have those conversations on the talk track, or really qualify them a little bit more, or have a fee. Really, everybody should be having fees right now because our job is more complicated. So people are used to paying fees. And I have a great video on advocacy that talks about why using the free travel agents is not always the best. Sometimes you get, because the agents who are charging a fee know their worth and they know their value, and they're delivering a little bit better service, because once someone pays you a fee, you have to deliver better service, right? So I have a really great video on that. I think bonus resources, there's a new guide, Jen, called How to Use Our Advocacy Videos in Your Marketing Funnels. So check those out. That will help you too, and also will help educate your clients. So think about that for sure. Okay, let me see what else we had in here. Carrie has, Sam was next, I think. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Jen says, I was scheduling ahead, but need to be more disciplined. I'm excited for this session. Yeah, we're going to talk about it in Jamaica, girl. Don't worry. We're going to do so much. And actually, we're doing a session at the retreat called How to Build a Content Machine. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of cool stuff there too. So we'll definitely have some education on that at Goal Digger. Sam says, how do you qualify a client if they walk in a brick and mortar office versus a phone? Is there a difference? It's not really that much different. And congratulations, Sam. Sam just signed a lease, you guys, for her travel trends and trims. Is that right? Did I get that right? You have to tell me if I got that right, Sam. But congratulations. I saw you're opening a storefront over in the grad group. That is so exciting, and I'm so happy for you. So no, it's really very similar. I actually prefer to have the conversation in person, because if someone, like, we had a brick and mortar in Houston, we just moved everything here to Austin. But when someone would come into the office or schedule an appointment, you can sit down, you can read their body language easier, you can have that eye contact, and you can still say, yeah, that's exciting. Well, here's what I'd recommend. This is how long it'll take us to put the proposal together. And here's, just so you know, here's how we work at our agency. The benefit you'll have, Sam, is they're walking into this beautiful place that I know you're creating, and they're going to be like, wow, this is really the real deal, right? It's a little bit easier of a conversation because they know where to find you. So I think you'll find it's actually easier in person, Sam, than the opposite. So kudos. Follow the same process though. Carrie says, how do you answer people when you ask for their budget and they say, just start somewhere and we can work it out? So usually I'll say, well, Mrs. Smith, I can make you a proposal that is a $30,000 trip with a private jet and a butler and someone that will come and shine your shoes every day. Or I can, work with something that's more in the $5,000 range, and we will be looking at more budget hotels, So give me an idea of, even if it's just a range, I really need to know that so I can know the level of accommodations that I can source for you. And I want to really get you the most value for your vacation. So whatever the budget is that you give me, I'm going to give you different options that are at that budget, maybe even under it, and we'll give you some different options. But I don't want to make you uncomfortable and propose something that's way out of your range, and I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want you to waste your time. So I think it's just being candid, Carrie, and then also just sharing with them. I want to make sure I get you the most value, whether your budget is that $30,000 or your budget is $3,000. But I have to have some type of budget before I start looking at things, because there's literally thousands of options in our travel systems that we can look at. And so I really want to make sure I put a proposal together that's going to work for your family. So just have that conversation, and you see how I put that in a framework that's like the what's in it for them. We used to call it the WIFM, what's in it for them. So if you rephrase it back to them in that way, and then if they don't give you anything, give a number. Say, so if we source something between 6,000 and 7,000, is that a good fit for you? And will you be ready to deposit if we pull good options that work for your needs? And give them a number. And if they're like, well, that seems a little high, or yeah, that's fine, then you can kind of get closer to where that number is. Good questions for sure. Paola's, hey, we have another client in here. Second week in the course, is there a cheat sheet for all the abbreviations that we use? Yeah, so you can actually log into the launch kit because you're a Careers on Vacation client. So you got the launch kit bonus for free, and you can download. There's actually a really cool book about the industry that teaches you about hubs, all the abbreviations, all that good stuff. And I think Christine also has another abbreviation sheet somewhere in the program. I just can't remember where right now. But in that book is a great place to start because it teaches you about the behind the scenes of the industry, like how hubs work, how routing works, all of those pieces and kind of how they come together. Good question. Jen says, I have some agents asking me if they can join my agency via social media. I eventually want to move into the role of running my own travel agency. Is this already something I should be thinking about? I'm only a few months in myself. Yeah, Jen, so here's the thing. This is what I always ask people when they're thinking about being an agency owner. You know, I always say, do you want to be the boss or do you want to be in that, you know, booking travel with the clients every day, more of that frontline operations role? If you have the heart to lead and you want to lead a team, then you can think about it from day one. I actually have people in our year-long Wanderlust CEO program, which teaches people how to launch agencies, that didn't start as a travel agent, right? Because just like if you go buy a franchise for McDonald's or you go buy a franchise for, you know, a pest control company or a maid service, you're not the person cleaning the rooms or out in the field, you know, spraying the pest control stuff. You are learning how to operate a business and how to manage a team effectively and do the support function or really move from salesperson to CEO. So I think the attractive thing about being an agency owner is you get more freedom, you get more time, but the ones that will really do well at it are the ones who maybe want to book a little bit of travel because they still have that love of travel, but they just really want to work with select clients, but they're really ready and have that heart for leadership and they want to scale a team. They want to support a team. That's where that would be a fit, Jen. It's not too early to think about it. We have several people that I think you were in the program with Alma, and she's already she's in the Wanderlust CEO program. She had 166 applications using our recruiting process last week. I'm thinking last week or the week before, but she's doing crazy amazing. So that's kudos to her. But yeah, it's one of those things where it can be done. Just make sure you have the right support and framework, and we can help you with that more since you're going to be at the retreat next week. Ask me more questions on that, and we can share with you for sure. Andy says, I'm so excited to start the COV course next week. Andy, I didn't scare you off with my Doc Brown get up here or whatever this thing is that we're wearing. That's good. I'm excited to meet you, Andy, and to help you as well. And Andy, I want to remind you, we're going to be at the COV retreat next week. But the cool thing is everyone, they don't know this yet, but they're going to get a free week. So just know, Andy, we still have courses happening because we have our other trainers and things like that, but I will meet you the Tuesday after that. So I'm excited. Good deal. Jen says, I want to be the boss. I like it. Yeah, the boss is the way to go. I tell you. And you guys know, like my jam is like training, educating, helping empower you guys into growing your businesses to whatever level that you want to grow. But there is, like, I did the travel agent frontline job for so many years and I was $1 million agent and sold. But there does come a time where you're like, wow, there's this, you know, do I want to do this every day, all day? And you're like, maybe it would be nice to have a kind of a mix where I do some of that, but then I'm traveling. So what we do today, I have an agency, right, with agents, which is amazing because I love to teach them and help them. You know, I even work people out of my own business. Natalie is a good example. She's one of our success coaches over in Careers on Vacation, but Natalie started as an agent with me. She actually came into my brick and mortar and she said, I keep, you know, people in the neighborhood keep talking about you. I'm an independent travel agent. I just think it would be better if I worked for you. And I was like, who is this lady? And I just loved her from like the minute she walked in. So I hired her. She was amazing. She was a crazy, amazing seller. And she came to me maybe 2 years in. She said, Cyndi, I think she was so scared to have the conversation. She's like, I think I want to have my own agency. I was like, awesome. Do you need help? Like, I don't care about that one, you know, it's that whole piece of like seeing someone's journey through the piece, if that makes sense. But the beautiful thing about Natalie's journey, the beautiful thing about my journey is there are always people that don't want to be in that leadership role. They really just want to be a travel agent, and they're very comfortable. They don't want to deal with all this marketing stuff. They don't want to deal with being the face of the company. They don't want to deal with the other stuff. They just want to take the calls, book the trips, and make the commission. So sometimes that's a perfect fit. So Jen, if you have that heart for leadership, I would say go for it. We'll talk about it more next week for sure. Cyndi, you are seriously a travel angel. Oh, well, thank you. I should have went with the angel costume. Maybe next year for sure. Nicole says, be the boss. Nicole would know you guys. She's one of my Wanderlust CEOs in our program right now, for sure. Katie says, definitely working to build a team here. Katie, that's awesome. Congratulations. It's a big job. And I think, building a team is hard in our industry because it's no one shares, right? No one shares how to do that. And that's how Wanderlust CEO got started, not to go on a sidekick, but my clients kept asking me, they said, well, this is great that you've made me an amazing travel agent, but Cyndi, how do you run Tripsy? How do you do what you do with Tripsy? How do you have a team of agents and do all of these other things that you're doing? And they came to me, they said, will you show me how to start a team? Because I can't figure out how to onboard. I can't figure out how to recruit. I'm getting bad people or not the right people, or how do I screen people out, or how do I train them effectively? So I literally took 2 years and just kept having the requests come in, and I built out this program that literally has all of those steps in it, because it is hard. I have almost 30 years of experience, so it's easy for me because I've already had all the hard knocks and made all the mistakes and all of the things, but that's one of the most fastest ways to like that bigger abundance, because scaling a team is a beautiful thing. And I will tell you, the the first enrollment period when Wanderlust CEO launch was right at COVID. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But I met with all of the Wanderlust CEOs that had signed up, because when they signed up, COVID wasn't a thing. And then it came to be the time that was started, and everyone's like, I just lost all my sales for the year, and I'm signed into this mastermind, right? So, but what we decided was, for those who wanted to stick it out, is we were going to use that time wisely. So while everything was shut down last year, those people just dug in and they got the architecture and the things in place. They hired teams. They monetized the hiring process, so they had some cash flow coming in because they lost all the sales, right? So, and they really did a great job support-wise with grooming and growing those teams. And now, you guys, oh my gosh, I just signed off on all of the people joining our our $1 million club. Like, when an agency hits that $1 million mark, they get a prize from our company. And I'm like, man, like every week I have a new 1 or 2 more joining that club. And we're not talking a year in, we're talking like months in that they're hitting that. It's just incredible. So, but it's because of the work they did in that time and just taking that time to step back. And that's the hardest thing, because we're busy again, right? So like for those of you who have notes on here, like you're growing your team, I know your biggest struggle is getting out of that salesperson seat and into the CEO seat. So just remember, you have to kind of take a step backwards to go forwards. And that's kind of where, that's a good place to start. So at any rate, if you guys are interested in Wanderlust CEO, just go to the website, check it out. We only enroll in that program in January and then in the fall again. And you can get more information on that. Ebony says, thank you for your leadership, positivity, and for being an example. Ebony, you are welcome. I am happy to be here, and anytime I can support. Jen says, hello, fellow Orlando girls. Oh, that's right. So we have Jen, and wait, we had another one. Oh my gosh. Wait. I'm going backwards in my feed now. We had a few clients from Orlando here. Tanya, that was the other one from Orlando. We may have more. I don't know. You guys know I love all my Orlando. I love it. Well, guys, this has been awesome. You guys asked some great questions today. And that really, the last week of October, I always do like an open forum like this where I'm just like, ask away. And if you're catching this replay later, like on YouTube or in one of the other groups that we post all of our stuff. And I haven't looked at myself this whole time. I'm realizing how ridiculous. Like, it's all good. It's good. But post your questions and we'll get to as many of them as we can. We love to help you guys. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell on YouTube. That's where we put our more content than comes out here on the page. We just hit 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. You guys have made us the #1 channel for travel agent education. So thank you so much for that. And I want to tell you guys, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world as always. And if you have not already checked out the Careers on Vacation program, all of these grads and clients on here talking and kind of checking in. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you go check it out. This is the program where you get to work with me and my team to help you start, launch and grow your travel business in real time. We call it a learning while earning program because you can actually make sales before you even graduate, which is really cool. That's my amazing team, and they are the team that made my business, got us to the level that we are today. And we have over 140 case studies. Jen's on there, actually several people. Jen, Tanya, Katie, the other Jen, Nicole, they all have case studies on there, guys. So go check those out, and that will help you really understand these are real people and their story might be like yours too. So check that out if this resonates or that feels like you want to go through an expansion, we can talk some more. But guys, I love you so much. I'm in Jamaica next week, but don't forget the Vision Board show is coming out next week to help you with that. I will see you the week after. So I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
She's calling me. Like the rainbow. Like the rainbow. She's calling me. Like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
She's calling me.